Hey everyone, it's Epic Underworlds, and in today's video I'm doing part 2 of my Solo Sagas RPG rule system. So this is a solo game I made, it's an RPG kind of, and yeah, so this is part 2 where I teach you how to do combat and just kind of show you how an adventure really works. So in the last video, the character creation video, I created a character. His name's Teddy. He's an elf warrior. He has a katana and 24 starting health. If you want to know how to create a character, definitely go watch that video. I'll leave a link in the description. So once you create your character, you can now go on your first adventure. The core rules, which I'll leave a link in the description to the Amazon page if you guys would like to do it or buy it, has 2 starting adventures. But once you run out of these, or once you complete these 2 adventures, of course I will be making a deluxe edition with more, you can go onto the Discord and play like other adventures, because I post some on there and like fans post their adventures there too. So definitely go check out the Discord link in the description. So for combat, it's extremely easy. There's 4 main phases. So there's the potion phase, the attack phase, loot phase, and the retreat phase if you don't want to fight them, which I really don't recommend doing the retreat phase, but it's up to you. So let's just give an example here. So the starting adventure is called Caverns of Death. The only important thing you need to know on this page is the dungeon number. So dungeon number is how many rooms you must complete before you complete the dungeon. Once you complete the dungeon, you age 1 year. Age basically is the leveling system. So there's age rewards later on in the book. If you guys want to read those, I'm pretty sure that once you complete your first adventure, you age 1 year and you get +3 to your max health. So that's just an example of one of the rewards. But you need to complete 7 rooms. If you retreat out of a room, your adventure ends. You don't age a year, you just get to retreat and go back to the starting village or start a different adventure and heal up. Because after adventures, your health doesn't reset, so you need to depend on other shops and markets and adventures to heal up. So that's important to note. So this dungeon number is 7, and the 7th room is always, or the final room is always the boss room. So I'm going to put this to the side, just so you guys can see. And then we're going to turn to the first page. So this is just an example of a map. If you guys would like to add more rooms to your dungeons, you can always do that. But the dungeon number or the room number or the encounter number, whatever it says, is the minimum rooms that you have to complete the adventure. So Caverns of Death only has 7 because it's a starting adventure, but feel free to add more. So what you're going to do is roll on the room generator. So we're starting in room 1. Let's roll the d20. I rolled a 13. You then compare the roll to the chart. So 12 through 14, so 13 fits right in there, you encounter 2 skeletrons. So on a separate piece of paper, I'm just going to write skeletrons. They each have 4 health, and there's 2 of them. So you're going to write that down. Of course, you don't have to if you're good with mental math, but I'm just doing this for the sake of video. So then you go to the Skeletron stat block, which is right here. That's their total health. That's how many hits you need to do before they're dead. That's their speed. Speed determines who goes first. And I should also mention that only 1 monster can attack you per combat phase. So I'm facing 2 skeletrons right now, but only 1 of them can attack me during the combat phase. And then if I kill the other one, then the other one would attack, of course. Then there's the attack dice. That's their total number of dice they roll for attack. And then if any of them are hits, then they would add +2 more hits, which is their damage modifier. So if they roll all 1s, which are all misses, they would not add that. But if they rolled all 4s or 5s or 6s, then they would add the +2. And I should say 4, 5s, and 6s are hits on the 6-sided dice. Anything below that is a miss. And then once you kill the monster, you just roll on their loot number. If it's that number or above, then you get the loot. If you miss, then you don't get to loot them. And you can only loot 1 monster per room. So I know there are 2 skeletrons in this room, but I can only loot 1 of them, just to keep the game balanced. So let us do this first combat. So for room 1, there was 2 skeletrons. So they each have 4 health and speed of 2. I have a speed of 5, so I get to go first. But let's say both of us had the speed of 2. Then we would just roll a d20. I got a 2. They got a 17, so they would go first. But since I do have the higher speed, I do get to go first. So I have a katana with 4 dice. So I'm looking for 4, 5s, and 6s. Okay, so I managed to get 1, 2 hits. And then I do have a damage modifier of +1, so I would add 1 extra hit. So that's a 3 damage to one of the skeletrons. One of them has 1 life left. It doesn't matter which one you choose. There will hardly ever be mixed monsters in any room. It's usually just the same. Next, they get to attack. So they have attack dice of 3. Okay, they only got 1 hit. And then their damage modifier is +2, so that's a total of 3 damage to me. I actually have an armor dice. If you have any armor, you basically just roll that many dice. So I have a 1 armor dice because I only have 1 gold helmet. So I would roll. And if you want to block anything, you have to roll a 6. So I rolled a 3, so I didn't block anything. Let's say I did roll a 6. That would cancel out 1 hit. If I had 2 armor dice and rolled 2 6s, I would cancel out 2 hits. But I did not do that, so my character goes down from 24 to 21 health left. Now I get to attack the Skeletron again. Wow, I rolled 0 hits, so I don't even add my damage modifier. That's just a complete miss. That really sucks. Now they get to attack again. And they rolled 1, and then plus their 2 damage modifier. That's 3 damage to me. So that is not good. Alright, so now I get to go again. And it's super easy combat system. So I rolled 2 hits plus 1. That's 3 damage. I can either choose to kill this guy or just do another damage to this guy. I'm just going to bring this guy down to 1 life. So now both of them are at 1 life. This guy has 3 attack dice, so let's roll that again. So 2 hits plus 2 more damage modifiers. So that's 4 total hits. I want to try to block one of them. Nope. That is not good, so I'm down to 14. Alright, well, these Skeletrons are actually pretty tough. I would recommend trying to avoid these guys. If you want to retreat, there is a retreat phase. You have to roll a 15 or higher plus your general modifier. If you fail, you take negative 2d6 damage, though, so I recommend not doing that. So let's see what I get. I got one hit, which is all I need to kill. You can never do, like, damage to both. Like, you can only attack one per turn unless you have, like, a weapon that says, like, dual wielding or something. But yeah, so down to the last one. He gets 2 hits plus 2 more damage for damage modifier. I'm going to try to roll a block. I do not, so I take another 4 damage. And I'm already down to 10 on the first room. This just shows how deadly rooms can be. So I'm going to do my last attack, and I did manage to kill him. So now I can loot him. So to loot, you just roll whatever that is. So I need a 6 or higher. I rolled a 20, and of course you would add your loot modifier. I don't have any, though, so I automatically get it. And I rolled 2, so I get 2 gold pieces. Let's say you roll on the... Okay, and then also you would cross off number 1 for room 1 because you completed it. Let's say you ran into an NPC. You encounter an NPC. You would just roll the 6-sided dice. If it's a 1 through 2, he's going to sell you a 1d6 health potion for 2 gold pieces. Or if you roll a 3 through 6, he'll sell you a 5 attack dice bow for 5 gold pieces. You can choose to buy these things or just ignore him and move on. Either way, like, even if you ignore him or buy something from him, that still counts as completing a room. Same with finding treasure. If you find treasure in a room, like, you still complete the room. Just some rooms have combat where you need to fight. So that's basically it for combat. I'm just going to be going over some of the missed rules that people forget. You can only loot 1 monster per room. Only 1 monster can attack you per combat phase. And that is pretty much it. And then speed, of course. So thank you guys so much for watching this. If you have any questions, please ask them. And then, of course, join the Discord. So yeah, see you guys in the next video.